In about 20 seconds, you will know how ISRO has once again created history. This is going to be the 100th launch of ISRO, and that is going to be the geosynchronous launch vehicle F15. And this is going to carry the second generation of India's navigation system NVS2, and this is very important. Like we said, this is the 100th launch and it's going to soar up. We have our own dragon and it's going to show the plume right behind us over my head, and this is a massive achievement for India, and the liftoff has been given as normal. And there you have, that is an amazing rocket GSLV, and yes, that is the roar that is waking up India to the new generation, the 100th launch vehicle from ISRO's Sriharikota. Amazing work by Indian scientists and their culmination, everything together, and it is carrying a payload called as NVS2 navigation with Indian constellation, and it's going to reach an altitude of 322 kilometers. Absolutely brilliant image of those the booster plumes that's coming over and the shock waves that you can hear and the thrust diamonds. If you're closer, you could actually see those as well. And that is the GSLV-F15, the 100th amazing launch by Indian Space Research Organization. And there you have another satellite that is going to be placed over there. 322 kilometers is the altitude, and this is a navigation satellite, second generation, and the specifications is that we are going to have our own rubidium atomic frequency standard, which will actually give amazing geopositioning over India and around 1,500 kilometers, and it will be used for strategic applications, terrestrial, aerial and maritime navigation, precision agriculture, geodetic surveying, fleet management and such. And this is very important. That is the GSLV F15, carrying the second generation of Indian constellation of satellites for geopositioning. There you see that beautiful ray of the smoke plume that has been left behind by the GSLV. It's just been seconds and it's almost vanishing from our eyes. The 100th launch, an absolute achievement of ISRO. For ISRO, sleep is not the matter, but I think the dream is, and that is what they proved once again with the early morning launch. And we have the new chairman. Thank you so much for speaking to us, sir. Congratulations to the entire team with your 100th successful launch. So how do you feel with the 100th launch for ISRO GSLV 15?
It is a outstanding, happy, excited moment. Not only for Team ISRO, not only for me, entire country. So we are all so happy that the 100th mission has gone perfectly well.
Also, one more thing, you're also bringing in the NGLV, and the third launch pad is also in process. We don't want to ask you about PSLV or GSLV because ISRO has completely mastered it. So what is going to be the progress with NGLV now?
So the next generation launcher, the liftoff mass is 1,000 tons, height is 91 meter, whereas Mark 3 is only 43 meter, and this is going to have a new set of propulsion system development. It is going to be powered by, first stage and second stage is going to be powered by liquid oxygen and methane stage. And upper stage is a C-32 cryo stage, and there will be strap-ons. Now this is one of the things. And till now, the Mark 3 vehicle is a 4-meter diameter class vehicle. This is a 5-meter diameter class vehicle. And it is a game changer rather. And another important thing is, till now, whatever launches we are having, it is all expendable vehicle, one time, one shot operation. Here, the first stage, we are going to recover and reuse multiple times. Towards that, even 2 weeks back, we had a experiment in Mahendragiri, a restarting we did. So, like that, lot of challenging things are there to take.
When you say relaunch vehicle, is it going to be used by parachute, drop and pull it back, or just like SpaceX?
No, like equivalent to SpaceX, but it will be simply recovered by the reducing the thrust of the first. Once the mission is accomplished, we have to switch off the engine. After that, we have to restart the engine. And not only restart, when it comes, the thrust has to be continuously brought down. That we call it as a throttling. So we are in the process of doing all this experiment with the smaller engines, our Vigas engine, and all this development has to take place, and maybe another 6 years we will succeed.
This will be implied in NGLV.
Yes, answer is yes.
ISRO has successfully launched the 100th mission GSLV F15, but the biggest important aspect is that on one side it is a great achievement that it has become the 100th successful launch. However, the important aspect is the satellite, and this is a model of it. This is called as the NVS2, the second generation of navigation satellite. This is a very important one. This is the one that is going to provide Indians, the entire India plus 1,500 kilometer range for geopositioning, maritime and various surveillance as well. And this is the actual model. This satellite has an internal very important component called as a rubidium atomic clock that plays a very important role. It actually emits microwaves that will be calculated for the positioning, and when it comes to geo positioning, that is very, very important. And this is the one that is going to give India a far reach as well. This constellation is called as the navigation with Indian constellation navic, and NVS2 is the second generation, and this is the actual payload. 2.2 tons of it has been carried by ISRO's GSLV-F15, and it was placed precisely at 322 kilometers altitude in space. This way, 100th mission has been a success, and this is the beautiful satellite that has been launched into space by ISRO.
For all navigation services, you need a very precise, very highly stabilized clock. So this atomic clock provides high stability clock with short-term as well as long-term stability. So that is the basic feature of this atomic clock, where atomic transitions are used to arrive at this high stability. Otherwise, you have different type of oscillator like TCXO, OCXO and all those types. So atomic clock is the ultimate in that. And here also various technologies are there. Rubidium is one of them. Hydrogen measure is another. Like that, so we are developing new other technologies as well.
It looks like the motto for Indian Space Research Organization is achieve without making any noise, and that's what they have done for the year 2025 with a bang. 100th successful launch, and in fact you have the workhorses of ISRO behind us, starting with Polar Satellite Launch Vehicle, the PSLV, then you have the GSLV Geosynchronous Launch Vehicle. One of its variant was launched today, and then we have the GSLV Mark III, it's called the Bahubali, and then we have the HRLV, Human Rated Launch Vehicle. Why? Because it also will carry a pod where our own Gaganyals will go up to the space. 3 uncrewed missions are planned. That way, ISRO, for today it was GSLV launching one of the navigation satellites, the number 2 of the second generation satellite. However, the chairman very clearly has told us that more missions are on pipeline, and it's going to be serious competition, worldwide competition, as NGLV, the new generation launch vehicle, there are also plans to reuse one of its propulsions actually, which means it could be a wide open competition for international companies which are boasting about their capability of relaunch vehicles, catching their thrusters back, boosters back and things. But ISRO looks like it's going to once again do it, accomplish it very quietly and in a very economical manner. So that seems to be on the pipeline. ISRO achieved without making any noise. Divyan, from Madhav for India Today.